How's it going, everyone? I am Sean Moriarty,
I'm Benjamin Walters.
and joining us for what's it been like the seventh time, former Notre Dame wide receiver and the author of his novel that came out last year, Rising Through Every Fall, Matt Shelton. Matt, it is great to have you back.
It's great to be back. Football season, best time of the year, man.
Oh, yeah. And when it starts getting cooler outside, I'm loving that even more.
Agree to disagree. Too cold for me, man.
I don't know. It's weird because when it comes to winter and summer, it's like pick your poison: too cold or too hot.
I'm from the South. I don't like cold, man.
Fair enough. So, getting right into things, we're coming off an unfortunate loss in our season opener to Miami.
Yep.
Had our chances to win it, but I know Ben and I recapped that already, Matt, and we were talking about this off camera before we started rolling, but CJ Carr, myself personally, I think he had a great debut as being a first-time starting quarterback at the collegiate level. What were some of your takes?
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I think overall the team, the fans should have confidence in that guy. He showed a lot of poise, to make your starting debut at Miami on the road, first game of the season, under the lights, national audience on TV. Like, that's huge. Mm-hmm. And this is the composure. I mean, he looked cool, calm, and collect throughout the whole game. Before the game, I would have been a bundle of nerves, tons of butterflies in the stomach, and he looked like he was just out to lunch, no big deal. So you love to see that calmness in a quarterback. And we were talking earlier, that interception, you hate to see it, but I think that is, I'm okay with that because he grows from that. Yes, it lost to 3 points, which at the end of the day was the determining factor in the game, 3 points. But that's inexperience. He could have checked out of that. When you see the cornerback rolled up in coverage and I'm supposed to be running a screen pass to that wide receiver, an experienced guy's probably going to check out of that and go to something else. At least call a timeout and say, oh, hell, we can't run that play. Because he just did, the receiver plays on, just did a couple jab steps forward and came straight backwards, showed his numbers, which is fine if your guy's DB is 5-6 yards off of you because you got plenty of room. But if he's in tight coverage, you'd like to see us check out of that, or the wide receiver has to know it's tight coverage. Oh, crap, my quarterback hasn't checked out of it. Let me help him out and come back to the ball a little bit, because if you come back to the ball, that gives your inside receiver, your slot receiver, a chance to actually get to the cornerback, and it negates his chance of popping it up into the air and having this crazy catch that changes momentum. So a lot of things I liked about it. Even that is fine with me. I know it's an L. Everyone hates that. I'm a Notre Dame fan too. I hated to see it, but I think it's a learning experience. He's going to grow from it. Everything I saw from him, I liked. I think he made a lot of good decisions.
And I will say this, Matt, Ben and I, whenever we get a chance to have former players on, it's awesome. But to have a former receiver on and break that down so well like you just did, it's like a bonus.
Well, and I'm sitting there thinking, like,
what you're talking about.
Well, but also, Mike Dibrock was our tight ends coach when I was at Notre Dame. He's now our offensive coordinator, and I'm pretty sure I know a lot of the concepts and plays he would run. And a receiver coming back in towards the snap of the ball to help out your quarterback is just something I think he would incorporate, and he'd like to see that play run a little differently, or have an experienced quarterback check out of that and get into something else.
I completely forgot that he was there as a tight ends coach. I thought it was all just OC all the way, but
nope.
I completely forgot. So
he was there for 3 years. I guess 2002 to 2004, 2005. So
for all of us, that's going back a ways these days.
Right? I'm surprised I remember some of those things.
All right, so gentlemen, game one's in the rearview mirror. Can't change it. We can only move forward. So coming off a bye week, which I think comes at a good time. So we got the mighty Texas A&M Aggies coming in this week. And this one, Matt, is special because this is the game that you joined us for last year.
Yep.
And so it brought us luck. I think it can bring us more luck this time around.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. So they come in, not that the AP polls really mean anything, but they come in at 16th. We're at number 8, so the Miami loss didn't hurt us. But it's this. I think this is going to be one of those games where, it'll give CJ an opportunity to really get some more experience against, facing the big boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, 100%. 100%. A&M is a good team. Elko's coming back to the University of Notre Dame, I think, since the first time since he left.
Yeah.
So, there's a little bit of a reunion there. So he keeps his guys cool, calm, and collect because he's been at Notre Dame. He's going to downplay the mystique and the, amazingness of Notre Dame. He's going to downplay the heck out of it. So it's not going to be a surprise for those guys. They're going to show up ready to play. And so's our team. Notre Dame's going to be ready to go, man. I'm excited. I'm going this weekend, so I'm pumped.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
If only I could have afforded to go, I'd be seeing you up there. I can't. Payday was last week, not this week. Otherwise, I probably would be heading up.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
So who has more pressure, though? Because A&M's coming off of last year and the bitter taste in their mouth. They're not as ranked high as we are. It's home for us.
Prime time, we forgot to add.
Yeah.
Like, who has more pressure? I feel like A&M has more pressure to win this game than Notre Dame does.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
I think I agree with you in the sense of they've played 2 powder puffs their first 2 games of the season, so they're unproven relatively.
Yep.
So this is them attempting to step up to the big boys. We've already stepped into the game, right? Yep. We have knocked heads with a top 10 team, and we came out scathed, but we're battle tested, we're hardened, and now it's time for us to make a run. And Freeman's going to preach NIU, Northern Illinois. Last year we went on a run. Well, this is our turning point. He's had a week to preach, or 2 weeks, I guess, to preach and pound that into the guys' heads. Hey, this is nothing new. We've been here. We just got to do it again. It's a hard road, but it's a road we know very well. So I think he's going to have them cool, calm, and collect. No pressure. We've been here. No big deal.
Yeah, because the last thing you want to do is, okay, you lose your season opener. You had a chance to win it, but it didn't happen. Don't put all this unnecessary pressure on yourself.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you got to do is you have to move forward. You have to put that in your rearview mirror. And, I mean, like I said, you can't change it. You can only move forward. Yeah, so here's the thing, and I know a lot of people in the fan base were jumping all over this. Now, I can't say – now, maybe you guys could say differently, but when it came to not so much Coach Freeman, but both coordinators, Coach Ash and Coach Denbrock, they looked like they were really kind of holding back. And I'm not going to say that necessarily cost us against Miami, but do you guys think that they could have been a little more aggressive than what they actually were?
I mean, you can always be more aggressive, right? But it's about game plan. It's about the holes you perceive at the beginning of the year as you do your homework for them. But Miami's going to make changes as you go. Where I was surprised that we didn't succeed on is after halftime. Last year, every single time out of half, Marcus Freeman and company came out and crushed it. They made adjustments that were spot on and perfect, and we just didn't have that. We came down. I think they had a 12-play, 74-yard drive. Yeah. Miami, so Ash didn't step up there, didn't make some of the right adjustments perhaps. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in that locker room. And then we had a 3-and-out on offense right away. So who knows what happened there. But that was a little bit of a letdown for me and a big turning point going, oh, shit, this is not the same team. We've got to make some adjustments, and we got to figure this out. And if you're not running Jeremiah Love more than 10 times, I think you're doing something wrong too. Now,
right. And that was going to be my point was the head scratcher was Jeremiah Love and even Price not getting the ball much in this game.
Yeah.
When even the weather, like quarterback aside, the weather dictates to run, and Miami did a bunch of it, but we just didn't. So that was my only head scratcher of the game more than anything was just that. And we have to run on A&M. I mean, A&M, I haven't looked at the Utah State stats, but A&M gave up 200 yards against San Antonio. So,
yeah,
if they're giving that up against San Antonio, then we need to run. So,
and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your game plan is. It should always involve a ton of Jeremiah Love. And if you see yourself getting away from that during the game because of X, Y, and Z and situational football, get back to it. Don't forget about your best player. I don't know how you can, but it did seem like we kind of forgot about it a little bit that, oh, yeah, we are a running team. That's not to say that, the game plan should be thrown out the window. If it,
right.
Sometimes you need to throw a game plan out. Sometimes you need to stick to it. And I think we need to stick to it a little more on that game against Miami.
Yeah, because I just think with as good of a running back as Jay Love is, how you're only giving him the ball 10 times, it was just – I'm sorry, it was astonishing. And I listen, I'm not trying to, criticize Coach Denbrock, but like Ben said, it was a big time head scratcher. Because like the only thing I can think of is he was seeing something that he was trying to exploit, but it just wasn't working.
100%. I mean, they do their homework, and that's why I thought we would make adjustments after halftime, but they just weren't the right adjustments for whatever reason. But again, you got to lead on Love. At the end of the day, he's the best running back in the country. Just hand him the ball. Right. Just take the snap, look this way, and just go. And that man will get you 100 yards plus every game.
Let him do his hurdling.
That's what I'm saying. And you're also in front of you, you have an offensive line that's one of the best in the country. So utilize that. So maybe there was something on the offensive line that we don't know about. Maybe there was an injury. Maybe there was something. Who knows? It was just very strange to me. Like Ben said, it was a big glaring zero. If I can, it made me.
I mean, yeah. And the counterpoint that I saw some people say is, well, Miami will expect us to, and my counter to that is everybody expected us to run Love last year, and he still rushed for 1,000 yards. So, you just can't stop a monster that is. So,
and my thought process was, you've got a young quarterback. Let's ease him into the game, which I love. I think we did that. We had a lot of dink and dunk little things, but then I think that we should have leaned into the play action big time. Let's just pound Love down the middle. I don't care if we go 3 and out 4 times in a row. Go. Just establish the run. Establish that is what we are trying to do, and then play action. Because naturally, if I see, as a defensive back, if I see you run the ball 6, 9, 10 times in a row, whatever it is, I'm going to start cheating. As soon as I see that handoff, I'm going to take a couple steps. And that's all you need as a wide receiver. And that also helps your young quarterback. So dink and dunk, and then play action the shit out of the defense and take a 90-yard TD to the house. That's what I thought we were going to do. I just never saw us get into that type of ball game. And I really thought Denbrock was going to bring that type of mentality to the game. And didn't see it. I'm not the coach. I didn't do any film work. So I bow to him, and whatever he says goes. But I thought it'd be a little different.
Yeah, same here. And I mean, and look, the last thing I ever want to try to be, and Ben, I think you echo the sentiment as well. We never want to try to be armchair quarterbacks who think that we could go in there and do a better job.
Right.
I mean, I know it's with both Denbrock and Coach Ash. I can only imagine how tough it is for both of them stepping onto. Well,
right.
It's Ash is on defensively. Ash is taking over for Al Golden.
Right.
Yeah. And Al Golden, he was something special for sure. He worked wonders with that defense, and I saw some good things out of the defense with Coach Ash.
Yeah.
But it's just like the whole game, both sides of the ball, going back to it, seemed like something was off. Something was missing.
And getting to Ash, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't he out a year of coaching? Was he a scout for a year or something? So I don't think he was a coordinator the year before. And, football is not like riding a bike. I mean, you don't just jump on it and it all clicks like this. It takes a second to get into it. Calling plays while reacting to the offense, and you're trying to do things on defense and tell your guys and make this game plan and change it. It doesn't happen overnight. So I think this is a game that we have a lot of learning experiences we take from it, and you're going to see a completely different team and different coaching as we move forward. Because I think both offensive coordinators were trying some new things. They had it's a new season, new players, new season, new schemes. I think you're going to see a different team this weekend.
Yeah.
Matt, you're right. 2024, Chris Ash was with the Jacksonville Jaguars as a scout.
Yeah. So if you're not calling plays, you're off, not doing it for a year. You know football like the back of your hand, but there's still a little bit of rust you got to shake off. So let's give them some grace on that. I think the defense overall did fine. I think the adjustments coming out of half, like I said, I didn't love them because last year I feel like we almost stopped them every single time and we almost scored every single time, or at least had some good drives. So I think adjustments will be key coming out of half this week. And if we can see some of those attributes we saw last year after half, we're going to have a good day.
Oh, I hope so. I really do. And that makes a lot of sense because, it's a new group of guys for Ash too.
Yeah.
And it's a new coach for them. So they're both getting it's kind of like what Gene Hackman said in Hoosiers. The boys and I are getting to learn to know one another and see what we can become and what we can be.
Yeah. Exactly. And also, if I'm Ash, I walk into the situation going, well, I've been doing this scheme for 20 years. I want to implement it. But these guys know Al Golden's scheme, and they're really good at it. So in my mind, he wants to keep some of the Golden stuff while he integrates his stuff. So it's a little bit of a marriage and a merge that's going on in philosophies and schemes. In my mind, I'm not a defensive guy. I have no idea. I don't even know if that makes sense, but that's how I see it, is you've got two different schemes, one that worked last year and they're phenomenal. A lot of guys returning know this scheme. Well, I'm the defensive coordinator. I've got my scheme, but they're really good. And I need to be a good enough coach to know how to make my guys successful. So I'm going to use both schemes and see how it goes. And so I think he learned a lot. We're going to see a big time change in defense this week.
Well, even though you may not have been a defensive guy, I think in high school you probably were. Weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, but still though, you've played at the top level of college football. I would definitely trust your word on that.
Well, we'll see.
You have a better idea than most people would.
Yeah.
So, but with that said, guys, getting into Texas A&M in particular. So, I know this for me. This is like a broken record, but with me, it always starts in one of two places. And number one is the quarterback that our defense is going up against. So, that quarterback for A&M is Marcel Reed. Mm-hmm. When we were talking about this off camera, he did go out of the game against Utah State, but I think at that point the game was pretty much already wrapped up. I think. Yeah. So, but it sounds like he is good to go. Nothing serious. But Ben, was it you say that he had a lower leg injury or?
Well, there's some kind of lower body injury, and that's just something to key in on. I mean,
that's what I was
pressure. Under duress, constantly after him, making him uncomfortable, so because this isn't San Antonio and this isn't Utah State. I mean, that's, so.
Well, then he's the one that we're going to really have to slow down because, he's accounted for 8 of the team's touchdowns. He leads both obviously in passing and rushing. And, we all know this dual threat quarterbacks, they're feisty.
Yeah. Well, look, like Ben said, you got to hit him in the mouth. And when I say that, I mean, you got to hit him low in the hip area. You got to test out that lower body. He's a running quarterback, right? So you want to knock him down to the ground, make sure he's 100% good to go. You're not going out to hurt him, but you're going out to make sure he's good. Because what we would love to see is him to miss one game and we get a freshman quarterback in there and we get to just load up on that guy and have 20 sacks in the game. You'd love to see something like that. So you got to get out there. You got to test the leg, test the hip, whatever the heck's going on in the lower body. And then we're off to the races. But you got to slow that guy down. You got somebody spying him. He's fast, man. He's fast. He's got a lively arm. It's a good arm. Not the most accurate in the world, but he can run for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's the rushing stats are very spread out, especially in the Utah State game. Lots of guys got the ball, and I feel like that was in preparation for Notre Dame. I feel like it was, let's keep these guys fresh, let's give guys opportunities so they get a feel for this, and then we're ready for Notre Dame. The other one, other than Reed, running wise, is Le'Veon Moss, who's the actual running back, who had the same amount of carries as Reed did in the Utah State game, and he's seen light workloads in both games. And I truly feel like, going back 30 seconds, was in preparation for Notre Dame.
Yeah. And they're replacing a 1,000-yard rusher from last year in Le'Veon Moss. So he's stepping up. It's his chance to earn. So he's going to be running hard at Notre Dame Stadium. You show up for that. So got to stop the run. And then, the wide receivers, they got one wide receiver with almost 250 yards. So almost half of the total yards of passing, because I think last week, 72 yards of that went to the backup freshman quarterback that stepped in when Reed was hurt, Mario Craver. You got to watch out for him. I'm assuming he's fast because he's got 250 yards. One of them was a 72-yard touchdown. So that guy can move probably. You got to watch him. They got two wide receivers with over 100. Other than that, you don't have to worry about it. So I would box and one that guy, let's call it, and stop the run.
Well, his partner in crime, and I got to admit it. I got to admit this. I love this dude's name, Casey Concepcion.
It's a pretty good name.
I mean, that's I dig that. Yeah. I dig that. But he is definitely a great compliment to Craver because, maybe not the highest number of reception yards, but he has 3 touchdowns, averages 16 yards a catch. It's like almost like your perfect duo that any offensive coach would love.
Yeah.
So our secondary is going to have their hands full a little bit.
Well, and we're definitely going to have our hands full because there's another guy that a lot of people aren't talking about who's transferred from Nebraska. That's tight end Nate Bokircher, and he is a big dude, and they can sneak him in because he hasn't gotten the ball a lot yet. So there's not a lot of film on him. And that makes me nervous because we know what big tight ends can do. We've seen it. We've done it because we're Notre Dame. So, yeah.
Well, I know we've gone up against it too because the one game that I'll never forget, 2012 against Oklahoma. Remember the Belldozer?
Yep.
Because I know he was a quarterback, but he was like the size of a tight end. He was. I'm sorry. But yeah, so it's getting that extra big.
Well, and then Warren last year with Penn State.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. So I'm just saying
he gave us fits, just absolute fits on defense. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I hope this guy's not Tyler Warren.
Right.
Just to say it, because that guy is good.
Yes.
he looked
very
phenomenal
much so.
with Miami on Sunday.
Yeah, that's I only got a chance to see highlights, didn't watch the game, but yeah, had a nice little debut. And the only damn thing is in our fantasy league, Ben, was it you that picked him right before me?
Yes.
I had the same thing. Right before I was about to pull the trigger, one of my buddies got him. I was like, I hate you.
Yep. I have him in 3 leagues, 2 dynasty leagues, and then the redraft. And I'm like, well, I might be showing up with a Colts jersey on. So, yeah.
I mean, they look good. Either they're phenomenal or Miami's terrible.
Yeah, we're not even going to get. We're not.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're not going down that road right now.
Ben loves Miami, but it's a love-hate relationship.
Oh, it's definitely a love-hate.
Yeah, because I get texts all the time like, I'm done with Miami, Sean.
I'm done. I'm leaving.
I'm just going to be a Bears fan. You sure you want to do that? Because I'm the Bears fan here.
Yeah.
Do you really want to join my misery?
No,
I didn't think so. So getting back to Texas A&M, on the defensive side of things, and Ben, I really should let you mention this, which I think you kind of did already, but we have a great opportunity this week to really open up that running game.
Yes.
Because of
yes.
Texas A&M, last week they didn't have such a flattering performance.
They redeemed themselves a little bit against Utah State, but against San Antonio, they gave up 200 rushing yards. So, yeah, I don't know if it was just Utah State just didn't have the gas or what, but yeah, I mean, fire up Love, fire up Jadarian Price. I mean, that's clearly their weak point. So take full advantage.
Yeah, I agree. And I thought last week we might show a package that had it had our backup quarterback. Wow, his name literally just escaped me.
Wait, our quarterback?
Theirs?
Yeah, ours.
CJ Carr.
No, backup.
Oh, it's Kenny Minchie.
I wanted to say Minchie, but it escaped me, and I was like,
Minchie.
oh, shoot.
Backup. Okay.
I thought last week we'd have a package for Minchie to come in and do a change of pace thing because, it's Miami. They're going to have their ears pinned back. They're going to be rushing. Let's do up some draws, maybe do just a little package for him because he has such great talent and athleticism, and he's a little different as far as that goes with Carr. So maybe we do something like that and bring him in if we need to, just to show something different. And at the end of the day, you want to start getting that guy some experience. Minchie, you have to get him experience early because you're going to need him at some point during this season. And I don't want CJ going down with an injury and he steps in. It's the first time he's taken a snap this year, right? So I think we got to have some packages or a package ready for him to step in, and let's start incorporating that slowly, in my opinion. And if we've got a weaker defensive line, I think that's a good time to throw a guy into the fire and let's get a couple reps in.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's sounds like a reasonable plan. Maybe that's what Freeman has in mind. You never know.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I just think you got to get some experience to the young guy, especially when he's your backup quarterback. Now, it's got to be situational. You don't want to just randomly do it. I don't mean to say it that way. Yeah, let me clarify. Right. It's situational. It's not, we're down by 7. No. It's we're up by 14, and let's play the game and get them in there. Now, I'm not saying you want to pull Carr, put Minchie in, and go this back and forth. No, not at all. You want to put him in for a series, put him in for a play, bring him out, whatever. You don't want to take any thoughts of a lack of confidence and put that into your quarterback's mind, especially since he's so young. You don't want to play that game. And I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying experience. We need a little.
It makes perfect sense. Just if that matchup presents itself, you take advantage of it. Yeah. But another thing we definitely need to take advantage of, it's prime time. Our fans are going to be jumping. Use that.
Under the lights, baby.
Exactly. The fans are going to be fired up. And let's just say people would have been having a little libation all day, or whatever that word is. Having a hair of the dog that bitches after the night before, but yeah, they're gonna have been drinking all day.
They're gonna tie one on. They're gonna be drinking all day. But before they do that, they're gonna come see me at the bookstore. I do a book signing from 1:30 to 3. Come see me. Maybe bring me a shot. Maybe bring me a beer. I don't know. I'll hang out.
Why didn't you tell us that before we started? Ben and I would have gladly promoted that the first.
I didn't think about it until you started thinking about a tailgate. I got excited.
All right. Well, you guys heard. Maybe I can do a short just for that.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, we can do something.
Yeah. So, guys,
we can figure something out.
Yeah. What Matt just said at the bookstore, right?
Yeah, bookstore. Game day, 1:30 to 3. Can't miss me. I'll be right in the front.
Well, I'm sorry, but last year when Ben wasn't able to get there in time, but when I met you at the bookstore for your signing last year, I'm sorry, man, you got outdone by Santa Claus.
I did. But funny story is, I actually met Santa Claus back in 2005. He came over to a house party I was at, dressed as Santa Claus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he told me that story, and I saw his son who was at the bookstore too, and I actually met him a couple days before at a basketball game with DJ Fitzpatrick. Their kids were playing on the same team, and he told me that story and reminded me as well. So the son, Santa, and his helper both reminded me I've known them for 20 years.
That's crazy.
I love the small world that is Notre Dame. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing, man.
Well, shoot. I mean, I remember, shooting the breeze with you up there last year. Somebody recognized me from on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not. Ben, have you ever been recognized by anybody?
Once.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. I mean, small timers like
weird.
us are getting recognized.
That's Notre Dame.
And it was a couple of dudes wearing kilts, I remember.
Yeah. Probably Jonah and his buddy.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. I forgot the name, but that rings a bell now.
Yeah.
So, but that time has come. I think we've covered everything we've needed to with Texas A&M. So, score prediction time, and we'll let our guest go first.
Yep.
Oh, you would do that to me. I put zero thought into that today.
Take a shot in the dark. Who cares?
I just, last week I was thinking we were going to win by 10. I think this week we win by 10. I think I just got my weeks mixed up. We win by 10, Notre Dame.
No particular score?
No. That's too much pressure right now in the moment with zero thought.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to do it to myself. No.
All right. Well, Ben, I think with us from Miami, I think I took the honors to start the year. So it's your turn before me.
I agree with Matt. I think it's a 10-point game, 24-14.
Okay. I'm the one that's going to cause the heart attack. 28-20, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I mean, would it not be Notre Dame though?
I'm just trying to take into an account that Texas A&M is a good team.
Elko's going to have them ready to go. That's the thing. I mean, you can't expect a blowout in this one. I'm sorry.
I think that I would beg to differ in the sense of I think it depends on the quarterback. Is he really healthy? Is he not? If he's
right,
limping,
well, yeah, and that's a very good
run
point.
his 4.4 or whatever he runs in the 40.
Yeah.
Then I think it could be a blowout because they utilize his legs so much and his escapability just to make throws downfield, such a huge part of his game. So I think if we knock him off his block and we find out he's not quite 100%, I think it could turn into a large victory. But seems like he's okay. 8 points though, Sean, disappointing. 10 was the mark. I mean,
Yep.
Ben and I are there.
Come on.
Come
on.
Disappointing. My parents have told me that my whole life.
Oh,
And I got to get it from YouTube.
what an indictment.
Well played.
Gosh.
Well played.
And to get that disappointment from you two, that's where it really hurts. Because
we know you'll do better next time. That's okay.
Right.
Well, what did this just become? Pardon the interruption. We'll try to do better next time.
Yes.
No, it's a therapy session. We're just sitting down having a chat.
Yep.
Okay, this is just blowing my mind.
Before we go, okay. I think the biggest game other than ours of the weekend is South Florida versus Miami.
Yes, I agree.
That's
I mean,
sneaky good.
you're coming off beating Boise State. You're coming off of beating Florida.
The Bulls have been
If
making
South
some
Florida
noise.
beats Miami, first off, I'll be sad because we didn't. But you got to put them in the top 10 if they beat Miami after that. They're 18th coming into the matchup. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
That'd be
And look, we're going back to the old ranking system, the old playoff system to where we're rooting for any team that beats us to win. I'm never going to root for Miami and just out the gate. Oh, I love Miami. No, hell no. Right. But I'm a huge Miami fan this year. I don't know if you know that about me. I'm a comic.
Right.
Put me in the game, coach. Let's play Miami to the house.
ACC.
I want to see them in the playoffs. Phenomenal. That'd be a great rematch, by the way. Them in the playoffs. It'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see that. But, of course, got to take it one step at a time. You have to.
Yeah, but that's a great call, Ben. That's going to be a fun game because South Florida out of nowhere looks phenomenal. And that's the NIL of this new era. You just don't know who is on what team anymore.
Well, and I'm also a firm believer in winning's contagious. And when you're confident, you can play up to opponents, and I feel like Miami is clearly the more talented team in this situation, but we've seen in the past many examples where a team that should have no business being with that team all of a sudden shocks the world. So no, it's interesting. It's interesting indeed. So
that's a good one.
That's just why I love college football. Even in the world of NIL and conference realignment, it's still the most fun football to watch, in my opinion. And for reasons like that, when you get a team out of nowhere, I love it. So, yeah, gentlemen, I think that just about covers everything. Matt, thank you so much for joining us for the preview.
Yep.
You are more than welcome to come back for the recap after the game if your schedule allows.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
And
no problem.
One thing, guys, that I would like to say, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but everybody will know what I'm talking about. But I just want to give a quote from our late friend, the great Keith Ricker, a.k.a. Big Vol Daddy. Matt, I know you don't know him, but he was a huge Tennessee fan that just passed away before Thanksgiving last year. And with certain things that happened today, I just want to give a message that Big Ball Daddy always used to tell everybody at the end of each of his videos. Hug your mom and dad, hug your kids, hug your loved ones.
Yep.
Life is precious. And that's all as far as I'm going to go.
Yep.
So it just shows there's more to life than, winning or losing a football game. So everybody, call your loved ones, whatever. But as he would say, hug your mom and dad. So with that said, in closing, I am Sean Moriarty.
I'm Ben Walters.
Matt Shelton.
And as we always say, every video, good night, God bless, and go Irish.
Go Irish. Beat the Aggies.